The voting dead. In Skagit County, at least 43 deceased voters cast ballots from beyond the grave, according to a report filled with allegations of election fraud filed with the county elections office. The late Jerry Shears is one of the supposedly posthumous voters.
He would be just rolling over in his grave right now if he knew it, because it's just so much against what he believed in.
His widow, Elizabeth Shears, says Jerry lived as a model citizen in Skagit County and spent the last years of his life riddled with cancer.
Did you cast a vote for Jerry after he died?
No.
Elections records confirm Jerry's last ballot from his home on Guimas Island off Anacortes was mailed in for a special election last February, 1 month before he died.
Here's the report showing that people are cheating, and your husband's name is on that report.
And it's wrong. I think it's BS. There's not a chance that that happened.
The name of the farm was S&T Little Horses. My grandparents had it together.
Angela Pillman lives on the 5-acre property in LaConner, where her grandmother died 4 months after she cast her ballot in November, according to election records.
That's my grandmother's obituary. Date of death was February 28th.
But Dorothy Stevens is listed as an anomaly in the report. Voter is deceased.
She wouldn't have liked it to have had her name falsely represented on something like that.
This spreadsheet, submitted to Skagit Elections in June, includes the names of 14 voters who supposedly cast ballots from the grave. Obvious vote fraud by someone. But we easily located online obituaries that showed all 14 died after their last vote.
It's a crime what they're trying to do. It really is. It's a crime against democracy.
The County Republican Party is behind the Skagit Voter Integrity Project, which claims canvassing by volunteers has uncovered more than 3,200 voter registration anomalies. That's nearly 4% of the 85,000 registered voters in Skagit County.
Hello? Hi, kitty.
We went door to door to investigate some of their claims.
Strange question. My name is Chris Ingalls. I'm a reporter from King TV.
In Mount Vernon, a caregiver let us in to speak with 89-year-old Marilyn Wheeler.
I'm surprised by my being on the list.
We tracked Mrs. Wheeler down because this is what the report says about her. Voter may not be competent to vote.
So their report says voter may not be competent to vote.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's wrong. It's wrong for anybody to decide that I'm incompetent to vote.
Mrs. Wheeler doesn't know who thinks she's incapable of voting or why.
Did anybody come and talk to you about this?
No, I did not. There's been nobody.
Can I show you what they said?
The drive-by judgment of this voter at a home in this tidy Mount Vernon neighborhood is even worse.
It says check citizenship. Citizenship should be checked. This voter has lived here 4 years, and it takes longer than that to become a citizen.
Wow.
Eduardo says he's lived in the U.S. for 25 years.
Doesn't feel good people talking about us like that when they don't really know us. We are U.S. citizens.
He has no idea why the report says his citizenship should be checked and why no one came to his door to find the truth.
Very disrespectful to who I am as a person. They just assume of what I am and who I am as well.
This doesn't look accurate to you, though, from what you know here.
Voter received 2 ballots? No.
The report lists numerous other voter registration anomalies that we found were incorrect or could not be confirmed. They flagged this house because the residence doesn't seem to be occupied. But registration records from the county show the same voter has been registered here for 2 years. At this house on Fowler and this one on 5th Street, canvassers wrote, "Address does not exist."
Nobody's answering the door, but there's a mailbox up there that says 120.
But we found both houses with no problem. The report lists voters registered to numerous Skagit County campgrounds, RV parks, and marinas, and claims citizens cannot vote from this address.
We just picked up several bags of ballots.
At the Skagit County Elections office, where ballots for the November contest are coming in, the election supervisor says those addresses are legit.
The state allows non-traditional addresses, and there are many people who live on a boat, so their home is a slip at that marina.
Have you been able to uncover any fraud as a result of what they've reported?
We've had a few things where things were questionable in the sense for us to look at them. Once we've researched them, everything's been fine and no no amount of fraud has been found.
Our elections and our Constitution have been circumvented and subjugated.
The report is authored by Skagit County Republican Party Chair Bill Bruck, who waves the findings around as proof of elections fraud. Bruck has not responded to our repeated calls or messages, including a visit to the party office in Burlington earlier this month.
I think it's a bunch of hogwash.
We'll leave the final word on all this to the longtime Skagit resident that Bruck's report says is not capable of voting.
It's fraudulent research.
Of all the counties we've investigated, the Skagit Republicans make the most outrageous claims, not only making judgment on a voter's race or age, but because of the sheer number of what look like incorrect anomalies that they've reported. And also, just this afternoon, Steve and Jessica, the Democratic chair of Skagit County, Lynn Campbell, called for a state investigation after viewing our story. She says this report is disenfranchising voters, and she wants the state to do something about it.
Okay, thank you, Chris.